Hello everyone, my name is Mathew McKenna and welcome back to my channel. Minasan konnichiwa, Mathew desu. Today we're going to be listening to a band called One OK Rock, which is a Japanese rock band, so I'm pretty stoked. And there are a couple of other Japanese artists that I have listened to. Sorry that I didn't upload last week. I got incredibly distracted because it was my birthday. And by the time I realized that I hadn't recorded, it was just too late. If you are new here, make sure you click that subscribe button and enable notifications so you get notified anytime I upload a new video. Now with that to the side, let's listen to One OK Rock. Okay, so the first song we're going to be listening to is called The Beginning. I turned up my volume a lot because I wasn't sure if there was just no sound, and then suddenly it was breathing in my ear. This is English. I was just thinking that something felt weird about the fact that I wasn't hearing Japanese. I didn't expect to be hearing English. If someone told me that this band was just like American or whatever, judged based on just what I've heard, I wouldn't blink twice. Think twice? I wouldn't think twice. I wouldn't blink twice. He's got an interesting voice. He's hitting his notes like with this sort of nice bend to them. Dude, this reminds me of just like my teenage years right here. I kind of dig it, to be honest. I feel like I should be just like headbanging off to the side. That's my headbanging. Yeah, his voice has this really interesting sound to it. I really don't know how to describe it. That's a cool change, and they're certainly mixing their like English and Japanese really, really well. And I think the intent there is to appeal to a wider audience, which is very, very smart in my opinion. I really like this chorus. This should go on like my Getting Things Done playlist. I'm pleasantly surprised by the sound of this. Normally I'm not into this like really heavy sound, but it's just, I was expecting something quite poppy, so this is really taking me by surprise. He did. Yeah. That kick drum got me going. My foot was like tapping alongside to it. Just as a drummer, when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, resist the urge to air drum. That's how I air drum, one-handed. Lingering last note. Camera out of focus. It's like such a typical end to a music video like this. Again, it just gives me like massive nostalgia. I actually really have no idea what the story to that music video was. I mean, I guess I was a bit preoccupied with the sound of it and the nostalgia involved there, but I just have absolutely no idea what they were trying to convey there. So feel free to fill me in with the context for that. To be totally honest, while I did like the song, they haven't completely won me over yet. I'll be really keen to see how they vary their sound. And the reason I say they haven't won me over just yet is because their sound is kind of like the standard rock sound, so I will love to see how they vary. So the next song we're going to be listening to is called Clock Strikes. Now I'm not sure if that means like the clock strikes or just a clock strike, but plural. I'm already getting a bit of a different vibe from this one. The lead singer kind of looks like he's going for a Green Day look. I mean, I dig it, I like Green Day, so. I like the fast lyricism there. As you guys know, fast lyrics are one easy way to win me over. Oh, there you go. They have changed their sound. This feels quite different than the last one. Nice. Again, they've sort of changed the verse here a little bit. It sounds ever so slightly different, so the song is kind of evolving as it goes. There's a band this reminds me of, and I cannot for the life of me put my finger on it, but it's a band I used to listen to, so I'm like actually feeling like I'm a teenager again. That's crazy. I'm 23 now. Oh my god. I listened to stuff like this 10 years ago. Okay, this is interesting. They've got a breakdown here. We're only halfway through the song. This is very Blink-182. A lot of rock artists will have like solos, you know, the guitar will go nuts. And Blink didn't really ever do that. They mostly just did quiet and chilled versions of the chorus, but just with drums and guitar. Not that that's exactly what they did there, but I like it. It's a really nice way to vary a song without making it so like crazy in your face about the music. Oh, and another lingering note. Are they gonna go out of focus? Is the camera going out of focus? Oh, slow pan out to dark. I'm actually not sure which of those two songs I liked better. I mean, the first one was pretty great, but the second one really sent me back to my teenage years. So I think I'm gonna go with Clock Strikes. The composition of it was actually pretty impressive. As I've said many times, I like when a song kind of changes and you can watch the flow of that change. And having those sort of like more calm breakdowns, to me, can be like way more impactful for a song than just like going crazy and having stuff going everywhere and a guitarist like hammering away. It sort of brings it down a notch before then taking it back up, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate that.
So this next one is called Taking Off. I'm expecting mad hype from this one. I will accept nothing less. Oh, kind of hype. I guess it's a different kind of hype. This kind of feels like a song that would be in a movie trailer.
Stuck in the same routine.
Oh yeah.
Living an empty dream.
This is a completely different sound.
Where's it gonna take us?
Yeah, they go on a lot more low-key with this, so that they can then, I presume, blast out a chorus. This is a cool chorus, and I'm kind of having a nice little moment here because I'm always impressed by bands that can have a drummer that throughout the chorus isn't necessarily playing a proper beat. He is now, but in that chorus he wasn't exactly being consistent, which is really cool because it shows how well meshed the band is. They don't need a consistent like drum beat there. They can have someone like playing some crazy stuff and still be in time. All of their instruments, they all mesh together so well for the sound. The notes they're hitting and the way that they're playing them works very well. Like that sort of heavy guitar, down, 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 is playing so well with the way the guy's playing the drums and the bass there as well. Maybe I'm talking a bit too much about that, but I should just enjoy the music video. Whoa, okay, that ain't good. Car explodes. Mathew says, that ain't good. Oh my god, it's another lingering note. I wonder if we'll make it like 4 for 4 on the lingering note, fade to black, or out of focus. So far I'd say that's actually my least favorite of the 3 we've listened to, but that's just kind of down to personal preference. Despite all the cool things I was saying about it, it's just like not really exactly my kind of sound. I think it really could have won me over if it was that like really hype sort of song that I was expecting, and maybe it was a bit ruined by my expectations going in. It's not to say I think it was a bad song or that I didn't really like it or anything. I mean, I definitely don't regret listening to it. It just didn't really do it for me. So now we're gonna move on to our very last song, and this one is called American Girls. I am interested to hear. Before I dive right into this, I'm gonna say that I'm expecting this to be probably the most poppy of all 4 of them. Just because the title, American Girls, to me just like screams radio pop song. I will happily be wrong, but that's my prediction going in. Let's see how right I am.
I'm coming straight out of Tokyo. On my way to the coast.
So far I feel right, especially with the clapping. I like those notes. Yeah, the way he climbed up and down. Yeah, wow. So poppy. Interestingly, we've heard 4 songs with 4 distinct different sounds. I mean, even though it is a bit more of a poppy song, you can still see the talent that they have showing through. This is actually kind of a weird music video when you look at it. Playing and dancing in the streets while seemingly being stalked. Oh, it wasn't quite a lingering note. What a disappointment. I was expecting the lingering, no doubt, fade to black. 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Alright, so those are all the songs we're going to be listening to today. As I said quite a few times, the main thing I was really impressed by was kind of how dynamic the singer's voice was. I mean, they did have a similar sound through those songs, and knowing that it's the same band, it's obvious. But I actually genuinely think if I was played all 4 of those songs and told that they were 4 different artists, I feel like I'd believe that pretty readily. And I don't know if that kind of sounds like a criticism, but for me, that's not. I think that's a really good thing. thing. I think it really speaks to the artistic talent of a band that they're able to do that, especially when it's a band as opposed to a solo singer. Because like a solo singer, you know, it's pretty easy to change your sound. If you're a band, you don't have to change just your sound, you have to change the sound of everyone in the group. So I don't want to like undersell how impressed I am by that. Those last two songs didn't really do anything for me. The first two I did enjoy quite a bit. But if you have watched a few of my videos, you would probably already be expecting that, just because I don't generally like that pop sound. Anyway, I kind of feel like I've blabbered on about this, so I want to hand it over to you. I want to hear your thoughts. Are you a One OK Rock fan? If so, what do you think of those 4 songs I listened to? Do you agree with what I've said, especially about like the 2 that sounded more poppy? And out of those 4, which one did you like the best? I'm always excited to hear your thoughts. Please don't forget to give this video a big old thumbs up, and as always, have an awesome time until I see you next. See ya!